Karibuni. Good morning. We have to start this conversation this way. It was not planned. We can explain. We can explain. We really can. If you give us a bit of time,
we will explain.
We will explain.
Yeah, we did not plan.
No.
Yeah, we did not. We did not.
But great minds do the thing, you know?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But I hope you're also wearing pink. And if you are, please take a picture and send it to our WhatsApp number. Don't you join the spirit iko, you know, now konje doing the thing that it's supposed to do. But it's so good to see you right here on your world. My name is Winnie Lubembe. Welcome to Relationship Tuesday.
And my name is Mukali Mary. We started the conversation last week and somehow we could not come to the end of it. We're talking about open relationships and polyamory. And we were asking you a question last week, is monogamy outdated? And from the very beginning of the conversation last week to the
consensus,
monogamy it has always been outdated. That was not the original plan, guys. We were not intended to be there, but society kafanya ile kitu, so tuko hapo.
Yeah.
So that's where we're speaking from now that we are there. Is it outdated now?
Yeah.
We open relationships ndio mahali tunaenda, polyamory, tukaguza polyandry kidogo kwa rudini hapa Kenya. Malawi tutaenda next year.
It is not happening here. You know what? I am actually because there's a lady.
Yes.
Online. She's into like a polyandry kind of setup. And she was here in the country.
Yes.
So my brain is like, the reason why she was here is because maybe there's a community. Maybe there's a secret community.
But then Daktari should know.
Daktari should know.
Daktari should know. Do not gatekeep. Let us know. Kama kuna community fulani. So we continue this conversation today. And it's taking a slightly different turn. So probably even just an expansion of where we were at last week. And I know from last week's conversation, walikuwa nasema, kwanza mumia, wachana na watoto, mbona mna mix vitu.
Watoto wasingie pa kwanza, hii conversation ya adults. Watoto ngojeni. Lakini watoto wako. You know, so where is their place in this kind of setup? And will this kind of setup that is polyamory or open relationships, will it impact, you know, their mental health, their well-being in one way or the other? Someone was saying, apana, because they have multiple parents, it's actually good for them. But just in case someone is tuning in and thinking, okay, polyamory, mi hata sijawahi sikia hiyo kitu. What exactly is it? So this is what Googling did, okay, and told me that polyamory means having or being open to having multiple romantic relationships at the same time, okay? So multiple romantic relationships at the same time with everybody's full knowledge and consent. So say mmoja anaenda behind the other person's back. Hiyo ni affair.
And cheating.
All the parties involved are aware and they have consented.
Yes. And the question that we are asking you today, the question of the day is, imagine your can open relationship actually reduce cheating? Can open relationships actually reduce cheating?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Very good question. Yeah. We'll find out. I think Mumia is happy about this.
Definitely.
Because he said last week, people are just doing this thing in the open. It's just that tuna feature, okay? So if we all decided, let's open up our relationships, will it reduce cheating? You tell us, okay? At NTV Kenya, across all board on our digital platforms, is how you can reach us, or our WhatsApp number,
which will be on the screen shortly.
0769590762 is how you can reach us on WhatsApp. But let's meet our guests as you prepare, you know, to respond. But we also have a lot of questions and comments from last week. Maybe we'll go through it as well before we continue with the conversation. But let's see, who do we have today? On set? Mkono ni wapi? Oh, aya, 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Absolutely. Starting from Winnie's immediate left, we have Lydia Karemi, who's a counseling psychologist. Lovely to have you on the show.
Yay.
I don't know how the week has been for you, considering the things that happened here on Tuesday.
Unafikiria ni kama utaruka.
Uko sawa?
Thank you so much, Mikali, for having me here.
Karibu.
It's always a pleasure. And I was telling my team here that, you know, we look like we have already formed a family. So just tutengeneza WhatsApp group.
Monogamous. As long as tuko unafanya hivi. Hakuna monogamy hapa. This is very open.
Yes, but generally,
Okay.
I am very happy to be here.
Karibu sana. Right next to Lydia, we have Dr. Theophilus Chando. Daktari karibu.
Thank you very
Alisema,
much.
I'm a student of philosophy.
Yes. Ordinarily, you don't become a philosopher until they told us until 15 to 17 years after your death, but I think they increased it recently. They increased it to 31 to 32 after your death. Yes.
Why? Why do you become one after death?
They see you through the life you lived.
Interesting.
Yes, it's like becoming a Catholic saint.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the pressure is pressure. You have to live a certain way.
Yes.
Okay. And last but not least, on set today, we have Harrison Mumia, who's the president of Atheists in Kenya Society. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're trying to also ask what is the alternative now that we have all these challenges within the marriage institution.
Yes.
And now that monogamy is really, really a problem.
Yeah.
There's a friend of mine who, I used to work with him. They used to come with the wife to work, wanashikana mkono.
Mapenzi.
Ni kila kitu, meetings ni hao. Yesterday, I was sending her WhatsApp message. Are you still together? She told me, no, we're not together.
Wait.
And I was like, my thesis is finally being demonstrated to be true. What I didn't ask is what exactly happened. The husband had 2 wives.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so initially the lady had, I think, accepted to be part of that, arrangement.
Yes.
But whether that was a problem or not, I really don't know.
Lakini basi you celebrate to say your thesis is working because we got into this knowing there's another party.
Yeah, there was another party, but I'm suspecting that the problem is not even that, because they were doing very well,
Okay.
the 3 of them.
Yeah.
What I'm just trying to say is relationships are hard and they're difficult.
Yeah.
We need to really think of how to move
What is
forward.
the alternative?
Yes.
Okay, and maybe
Hopefully we might find the answer here today.
alternatively, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then joining us via call this morning, we have Bishop Grace Dalizu, who's a marriage counselor, and Sheikh Abdirahman Abdikadir, Islamic religious leader. Tuanze Nanani, who's on the line, Philip? Okay.
Okay.
Bishop, good morning.
Hi,
Sheikh.
Okay.
You come up. Hello. Sheikh Abdirahman. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning. I can hear you.
Once
Philip
we have
put at
them.
the sort.
Yes, what at Fambia, okay.
Yes.
And today we're asking multiple partners, one family, can children thrive? Okay, can they thrive? Again, like I said, one person was like, yes, we're gonna have multiple parents and whatnot, so they'll be fine, they'll be okay. And the other person was like, whose value then do they follow?
Yeah, because everybody comes independently, and are we all parenting them? Are we present? There's something that came up last week about how we can't compare, we can't say one is better, like in terms of if you have 2 parents, then that means you're going to be a better human. Then if you have adopted parents, or you are living in a children's home or something like that, then maybe your life will not be better. It's not definite. It's not like a straight line. But then even with that being said, aren't there probabilities of if this probably would be better than this other one. So if we go that direction, then we lose the conversation. Because there has to be something that is probably better than the other.
You know what, like at the corner of my eye, Dangalia dog. Yeah, you don't like, maybe not. Maybe not. But can we just answer the question that we are asking the people, and probably that will form the basis of the conversation this morning, and that is, can open relationships reduce cheating? Yeah. What do you guys think?
Of course.
We already know.
So let me just begin by saying that, when you talk about cheating, because we talk about will it reduce cheating, the instinct, the basic instinct of the male species is actually to have multiple, sexual partners. This is evolutionary, and this is biological.
Okay.
So sometimes when people talk about cheating, I have a problem with that
The word.
because if you're my wife and I find another lady who I'm attracted to,
Okay.
even sexually,
Okay.
and I sleep with her, have I cheated on you, or am I just exercising my
Your innate-
my innate nature as a man, you know?
Is it innate nature as
yeah.
well, as a human being at this point? Doesn't it come with like self-control as well?
But
And a brain that chooses not to.
any man will tell you that when they are actually sexually attracted to a woman, there is nothing in terms of like, let me control myself. It is actually the will to have sex that drives the man. And it is nothing a man can do about. And I know we talk about there should be self-control. At the end of the day, and I'm going to give you an example.
Tushikilie kwanza twende
Okay,
break.
fine.
Wacha
Okay.
tusiharakishe
Okay,
because
okay.
mimi niko na swali linachemka hivi. Hey, twende
Tumeanza
break.
deep end.
Ai, wacha twende break. The question that we're asking this morning
Is can open relationships reduce cheating?
Where Bumi umesema blood pressure ende uko through the roof. Listen, wacha twende break. When we come back, we'll unpack more of that and also indulge Bishop as well as Sheikh, who are joining us via call this morning. So much to come on the other side. Do stay with us.
Welcome back to Your World Tuesday edition. It's Relationship Tuesday, and we're continuing a conversation that we started last week about open relationships and polyamory. And the first bit of the conversation just went by. Tuliuliza tu Mumia swali moja. The question of the day. So if you're just even tuning in, the question of the day is, can open relationships actually reduce cheating? And please talk to us, NTV Kenya, on all of our social media platforms. Our WhatsApp line as well is 0769
590
762.
Yes.
All right. And please indulge us as we continue where we left off. Because we decided to answer depend. Heart palpitations and everything.
Yeah.
Winnie, your burning
Pressure.
questions are still there.
Hey. Now I'm thinking,
Yes.
So you're my husband. You have seen somebody else, and you're like, oh, I like what I see. And then you, beyond seeing, you go do the deed.
Yes.
Why not tell me? Why do you feel the need to do it? Like, I feel it's selfish.
Yeah.
Because we're in a marriage. And to lisema, for better or for worse, we are one. Sisi ni hivi.
Yeah.
So you making yourself that decision is selfish, because then you don't mind about how that will make your partner feel. So it's not more about what you're doing, it's how this will make your partner
and that is why I think for
feel.
me, most partners in a marriage should reduce their expectations when it comes to men.
Yeah.
Do not ever get married and believe that your man will be faithful to you forever. Because again, we go back to the biology of the man.
Yeah.
I think we learned this in school. When the man is maturing to not puberty, adolescent.
Yeah.
A lot of changes take place. One of the changes is that they start having wet dreams and, this kind of things. So it is just nature. And I would like women to start understanding the innate nature of men, so that then do not be shocked when a man cheats on you or gets another partner. In fact, let me just give an example. Do you know, ukikuwa na bwana yako, let's say job yako ni ya travel.
Okay.
Uache bwana yako kwa nyumba, wewe uende kama conference kama 2 weeks mahali.
Yeah.
And there is a young beautiful girl who has come to the house to take care of your baby. Chances are that umse
Women, are you saying hamuna self-control?
No, your self-control in men, I'm telling you, it is an innate thing.
And it's okay to feel it, but must daktari, kwa sababu tunaweza kaa sana. Lydia, I hope you're ready for us.
Watch Anita. Daktari, go ahead.
Look, it's a basic fact of nature that humans actually would want consortium with one another.
Okay.
I could even call it a basic animal nature. And the physical intimacy that we're talking about has basically three functions. One, to release pressure. Two, to enjoy pleasure.
For pleasure.
And three, for procreation.
Yeah.
I've put them in that order intentionally because physical intimacy does not necessarily need to lead to procreation, because those who do not have the capacity to procreate still release tension and enjoy pleasure.
Yeah.
Now, it is in this releasing of tension and enjoying of pleasure where the cheating issue comes in. And I think this is given to almost everybody. Men and women equally have this need to release pressure and to enjoy pleasure. Okay?
Yeah.
But I think the crux of the matter here has to do with where this thing comes from. Last week we were talking about why would men be allowed to be polyamorous, but when a woman becomes polyamorous, then it is frowned upon, to the extent that she may even be chastised, okay? I think the idea here basically is that there is a section of society that believes that certain liberties have been denied them, and they want that liberty. Why should men do this while women don't do this? And I think the issue of polyamory is coming out of this. And I want to imagine then that for us to get a solution to the problem of you're cheating, you're not cheating, we need to get to understand that freedom or liberty is regulated by responsibility.
Hapo sasa kwa responsibility is where we were asking.
And you have freedom to do what you have a right to do.
Yes.
Nobody can give you a right and then deny you the freedom to exercise that right. But we need also to remember that whereas we are free to exercise the rights, our rights are protected by the responsibilities we have to other people. Like my right to stretch my arm is limited by the responsibility to protect her nose. So my right to stretch my arm stops where her nose begins. Now that is where, as a society, we might need to find an equilibrium.
Okay, I feel like you fatly answered the question on can open relationships reduce cheating. But Lydia, are you okay? Palpitations?
I think the first thing that when I looked at that question, the first thing that I asked myself is, what is cheating? How are we defining cheating? Because I think the definition of cheating is whereby somebody gets into a relationship with a partner outside the boundaries of the relationship. Okay? Like now we have already defined polyamory and say that this is a decision. This is a consensual decision, to have multiple partners while we take care of our family. So it means if we have agreed that you can have other partners while we are still together, then there is no cheating. Because it is aligned with what you have agreed. So there is no cheating.
There's knowledge. It's not like you're going behind.
Yes, so you're doing what we have agreed, it's okay for us to do. So cheating comes in where in a relationship whereby, which can be a polygamous, can be a polyandrous, can be a monogamous marriage whereby we're in agreement. We are one. We are not going to chafua the marriage bed. We are not going to do immorality and all that, because the values are the ones that are determining the boundaries of our relationship. And you know what, Winnie and Mwikali, what we are talking about, polyamory, is a value expressive structure we are talking about. All right, it varies from one person to another. Lydia will not go for polyamory. Why? Because her value system dictates, or her belief system dictates that I go married to one person, and this is the person until death does us part. And even if I decide to let go of this relationship, I will still wait until the Lord, because it's my belief, okay? But there's somebody else who has a belief system that has been shaped by different things, who will be like, you know what, I can have different partners, and it is okay for us to do this. So when Mumia, you say that we need to agree to accept that men are the ones who are more prone to cheating, and it's okay for them, or it's their innate nature to cheat and have relationships out there, and not women. I think that is not right.
I didn't say not women. I just said men.
Just men. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Because I believe that a human being is a soul.
Yeah.
Okay, whether you're male or female, you are a soul. Okay, your well-being has been created to become. Okay, so we can't say that one person is more predisposed to cheating more than the other. I tend to think the value systems are the ones that govern us to choose certain relationships and to relate with people differently and to make moves that you feel align with you as a person. It's not more of a biological bit, it is more of a value system bit.
Now when we talk of a value system,
Bishop and Sheikh and then come to you to Swasahau. Bishop and Sheikh.
How are you?
Very well, Bishop. It's so good to hear from you this morning. Hey, open relationships, polyamory, watoto wako hapo. Let's hear your contribution based on what have been said, so far.
Thank you so much for having me. I would want to say that in polyamory, first and foremost, I look at it in three lenses. The first lens is an individual lens. The second one is the societal, and the supreme one is the biblical. I want to say open relationship and polyamory, they may sound very good to an individual because they give freedom to a person or an individual that you could have a relationship, do whatever you want, sleep with whoever you want, and at the same time, the other person will be okay with it. The same with the open relationship. You can choose today, this is where I want to go, this is the person I want to have in my life, without any commitment or sexual exclusivity. But when you look at it in the society, it doesn't look very good. Because you'll always overhear people say, this woman is always with different men, this is not a good woman, this man sleeps with anything in a skirt. The language that is used in society for that kind of arrangement can tell you how the values of society are. I know many people may do it in secret, but when you're in an open relationship, you also don't really mind what people see. Today I might come with this man, tomorrow I'm with the other one, and so on and so forth. So in society, it doesn't look very good, and that tells you, in that lens of society, there is a lot of condemnation for that kind of arrangement. And more so in our African setup, I think people look at it very badly because you're not getting married, you're not a second wife, you're not a third wife. You, man, you're not like a first and second and third husband to this woman. It's just open for somebody to sleep with whoever they want and the way they feel. And the other one is okay. So in society, it may look very odd. Now, for the Christian lens, that is out of place because the vows that are exchanged when people are getting together, they are vows to commit to the person for a lifetime. Unless cheating comes in, of course, which is a ground that we support divorce and separation. But more often than not, the ground that is used, in Christianity, there's nothing like being with every person that you have. Maybe in church, you're with the pastor, you have the choir member, you're with everybody. No, that is not permitted and is out of the way because we advocate so much for purity. Purity, purity, purity. Until death does you part. Now, when children are involved, again, does not look very good because I wonder how they will take it if they realize, because children are no longer naive the way we used to be when we were young. Before would be told this is uncle so-and-so, this is auntie so-and-so. But right now they know, they can read the body language. When a man comes and tomorrow another one and another person, if you're a father, you are bringing multiple women in your life, maybe just going out with them, the children begin to feel very insecure And again, there's that lens they look at you with. They are not sure that you would be able to take care of them because your mind is fragmented. Your emotions are fragmented. And I want to say thank you at that point.
Asante sana, Bishop.
Yeah.
Hey.
Different layers.
Different layers. And I like that the kids are brought in because that's the next bit of conversation that we're going to have. But we have Sheikh on call as well. Good morning, Sheikh.
Good morning, Winnie.
Isiolo kuko salama?
Iko salama kabisa.
Very nice. So I'm sure you've been following this conversation. I don't know what you have to say, and it's based on the question of the day. That's where it all started. If having these open relationships will reduce cheating, and based on everything that have been said by the other panelists, I don't know what you'd like to add on to that.
Yes, first of all, let me say Ramadan Kareem, and happy Lent to the Christian also.
Santi.
I think this is a holy month, and in a holy month, I think we should talk about holy things.
I agree, Sheikh.
It is both holy month for both Christians and Muslims.
Yes.
So to me personally, Islam came to guard the society. And for Islam to guard the society, it came to guard the smallest unit of the society, that is the family. How does Islam guard the family? It guards the family by guarding the sanctity of the marriage. If we were going to forgo that sanctity, then I think we are going to lose the society. Freedom of relationship does not reduce cheating, but it increases the cheating, as from my perspective, and from the Islamic angle. And that is why Islam allows polygamy and discourages polyamory. First of all, we cannot say that women and men are the same. Since men are allowed to have multiple partners, then women should also be allowed to have multiple partners. Remember, God created us in His own image. And He created both men and women differently. He did not create them the same. So men are allowed to have multiple partners, but women cannot be allowed to have multiple partners. There is not a contention point that why should it not happen like that? Because God created both men and women differently. So me personally, I feel like having multiple relationships for the women is a confusion. And that's when we're going to discuss the family unit in our society. And if the families are broken, then the society will be broken. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hapa mikono ilikuwa imeinuka.
Do you want to go first?
Yes.
I wanted to react to what she had talked about regarding values, okay?
Okay.
We must realize that values are given to us by the society within which we live.
Yes.
And you cannot have your individual values and you say, because I like this, this is how I should be, regardless of what the others think, or regardless of what, how the others behave. That's why I started by saying that our freedom is restricted by our responsibility towards the other, okay? As men, I agree with him, there's a sense in which we are hunters, we go out, okay? But even when we go out to that which we know we can kill. You don't hunt what you cannot kill, okay?
Okay.
Yes, and when you hunt, you don't hunt to finish, you don't acquire everything, okay? You acquire what you can use, basically. So you are, of course, within your right to acquire, but if your acquisition is becoming dangerous to others, then for sure there you have to hold back and you say, I ought to be responsible.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Allow me to introduce this. That is why, as rational beings, we have what we call the conceptual language to help us organize our society. Reason has to play a part in this. If we go without control, if we let live of our emotions to take control completely, then certainly we are going to have a serious problem.
Agree. There'll be chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leo, I feel kama daktari hivi.
Sivyo, eh?
Hivi kidaktari. I don't know what happened during the weekend. This version is really nice. It is really nice because then when we bring in, I know Mumia, you talked about children and how we should not put them into this, but they're in society. And like Bishop Grace said, what happens to them? Do you think us moving to this space of polyamory and open relationship, doesn't it destabilize society? And society, families, and all of that. What is our role then? Because like Dr. said, there has to be some governance of some sort. There needs to be. So what does that look like then in your perspective of open and polyamorous relationships?
You know, one of the things, this idea of intimacy is a very private matter.
That's true.
When people are meeting, you have been attracted to somebody, most likely you will not let others know whatever you guys will do, because it is a very private affair. And that is why trying to control it is not easy. Even if you come up with this is how it should be, people will still meet privately and do it privately. So it's a very difficult aspect to control. And that is why most marriages, people are still having intimacy outside the societal norm of marriage and not disclosing it. However, that has not, in some cases, that does not destabilize how the children relate with their parents and how the parents relate with the children. Why? Because
Please finish. I don't want to cut you short.
Because the idea of being a good parent, being a good father, being a good mother, in my own opinion, has nothing to do with your affairs, the affairs that you're having with your other person out there. And I think the kind of responsibility we talk about within the family is actually limited to how responsible the parent is towards that unit, and does not include what this guy is doing. And I gave an example last time and said, if somebody travels to, let's say China, and gets a girl there who he likes, and then they have a sort of a something, intimacy. And when he comes back to Kenya to meet his family, he is happy. He is happy to bring gifts. He's happy to do things. And, and that's what I'm saying. This idea that we can police, this idea that we can police intimacy and police how it affects family, to me is a very difficult thing. I don't think it's...
May I chip in? May I chip in a little bit, please?
This is the second time. Promise you will search me.
It's all right.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. Remember, the question we're asking you is, do you think open relationships actually reduce cheating? Can open relationships actually reduce cheating? NTV Kenya and all of our social media platforms. We will be checking your feedback as well after this break. Welcome back. This conversation definitely continues during the break. Kuna venye tuko na matheories huku, tuko na videos, supporting documents for the things that we're saying, and we're probably going to try and share that with you so that you can see what we've been discussing during the break. The question we're asking you is, can open relationships actually reduce cheating? Can open relationships actually reduce cheating? NTV Kenya on all of our social media platforms. And I know we cut off Daktari. Again, ukienda kusema kitu, maybe unaweza pick up. Ama tumemaliza during the break. Maybe the fire is gone now.
The fire is gone, yes, but I think you just shifted my train of thought a little bit. But I can still reconstruct it. You see, it came from what he was talking about.
Yes.
Trying to police people.
Okay.
That is practically impossible for a rational being. You'll find a way of outdoing your policing machinations. The idea is not to try to police people so that you stop them from becoming naughty. The idea is that how far does their naughtiness affect the society?
Okay.
Remember, we are Africans. And there are traditions that we've had which have been disrupted. And one of them is what we call polygyny. Polygyny is one man having multiple wives, okay? And I remember I grew up, I have the advantage of having grown up in the countryside. I am a pagan, okay? And I used to hear my grandfather warn his sons against walking about checking who is talking to their wife as they walked to the marketplace and back. Why was that?
Yes.
He knew people would be naughty here and there. And the women were warned, don't be a shepherd to your husband. The issue is, what kind of emotional resilience are we building up?
As
okay?
people.
What kind of mental discipline are we building up for our society?
Yes.
So that we get to know exactly what is most important for us, rather than go into things which will scatter us and dismantle us completely. Because for sure, let me tell you, if you say you want to police a woman so that you are with her all the time, you will not live long, you will die of heart attack, my friend, because somebody is going to just, speak to her and smile a little bit, and it's, who is that person to you? Who is this one to you? Who is that one to you? That is the problem that we have in the society right now. That's what makes people kill each other. We've not developed the emotional maturity, the mental resilience, which would allow us to identify what is significant from what is not significant. As for the children, let me tell you, it is possible for them to grow as very mature, well-formed human beings in a polyamorous setup.
Okay.
Where everybody else, is concerned about the welfare of the child.
Okay.
Ordinarily, it has been our tradition that a child does not belong to the individual. A child belongs to the society. So that if I should have children and I die, you as members of my society are not going to leave my child go the wrong way because the parent has died. Okay? So the community can take care of the child. It depends on the values that we have imbibed, instilled, and the values that we have cultivated. We are cultivating values of extreme individualism, and that is dismantling us completely.
This is the kills that we're seeing.
And I want to sit. I want to sit on my seat.
Yes, Lydia.
Yeah. So can we agree? I get our different perspectives. Can we agree that the basic unit of the society is family?
It's a family. Yes.
We are in agreement.
Individual.
Okay.
It's individual.
That individual has come from a family, right?
People come from intimacy.
But it's,
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Can I come back to the basic unit of the society being the family? Yes. And we're talking about a family that is made of a mother and a father and children. And now from a psychological perspective, I look at a family as a system. Okay. It's a system. One thing affects another. One person's behaviors affect another person's behavior, right? Now, with this system, we have subsystems. The subsystems are the spousal subsystem and the parental subsystem.
Okay.
So kutoka pale juu kwa system tumepata subsystem.
Yes.
We have the spousal, that is the relationship between a partner and another partner. And then now below we have the children coming in. Now at the spousal subsystem, where this man and woman have come together, they have their rules that are governing their subsystem, right? And probably one of the rules is we need to be exclusive. One of the rules, or which I'm talking about values, is that we belong to one another. Or out of that spousal subsystem, you have agreed we are together, we take care of our family, you can have your multiple partners and I can have my multiple partners. Again, it's at the parental, at the spousal subsystem. And this is where polyamory comes in. And this is where polygamy comes in, monogamy comes in at the spousal subsystem. Okay.
Yes.
Now we come down, because we need to go now to the parental, because this is the main conversation where the children are coming in.
Yes.
Now the children, the way children have been created, children learn from experience, an experiential being or learners. That's the brain of a child. More than, teaching is not, tell, do is not it. What they learn from is what they experience. And especially children between the age of 0 to 5 years. That's why a child who has experienced a parent that is available, that is a mother who is always there, that child experiences the oxytocin, those hormones, the love hormones, the bonding hormones. They feel that the world is a safe space because of what they experienced. If a child cries because the mother is not available, or because there's nobody who's taking care of them, or because they are wet, they cry and nobody reaches out to them. This child is likely going to build an anxious attachment because their needs were not met. Again, it is experiential. If this child, as he or she is growing up, grows seeing the father hitting the mother, or grows seeing the mother always crying because they are overwhelmed, this child again becomes very hypervigilant because they are not seeing safety. There are 3 main questions that children ask. Number 1, am I safe? And every child needs to have that question answered. Number 2, is my primary caregiver stable and okay? Is my mother, my father okay? And the next one is love predictable? You don't show up today, and another day you're not available.
Consistency.
Consistency. Those are the languages that children understand. Even if you provide so many toys, you give them the gadgets to watch and watch TV and all that, and you're not answering these questions to these 3 questions to the child, then we are not talking about a successful parenting or a child growing in a healthy relationship. And so when we are asking ourselves, is polyamory safe for the children, or is it not safe for the children? Realize that children are not affected by the structure. It's not whether a child can thrive in a single parented family, a child can thrive in a blended family, a child can thrive in a polygamous family, a child can thrive even in a polyamorous family. What really matters is what signals, what messages are coming to this child. Okay, am I safe? Are my primary caregivers okay? And is love predictable? So what children need is stability. What children need is predictability. What children need is clarity of roles. That this is my parent. When you sit down with your child in a polyamorous relationship and you tell them now, this is mommy's friend, not your parent. Your parent is a certain person. The child understands. That's why we need to communicate to children depending on, based on the age, giving age-appropriate communication so that they understand what is happening. So if there's secrecy in the relationship, that affects the child. Because now again, remember there is societal stigma. Because this is where now society is coming. When they go to school, leo amepelekwa na dadi fulani, siku ingine amepelekwa na mwingine, and of course the other children that are seeing a consistent father and a consistent mother, how does this child tell, what does this child tell these others? Huyu ni uncle, ni auntie, huyu ni nani? That builds, that breeds identity confusion for a child. Now, as we talk about the structure of polyamory and open relationships in regard to children, can we talk about emotional safety? Can we talk about predictability for the children? Can we talk about values? Because we also need to know which auntie in that polyamory, which auntie is going to instill values.
The auntie when you run wait, so what you're saying, Lydia, sorry, what you're saying is it can work. The thing is we need to make the systems work for this child. The bigger question is then, how do we make it work? Because it's like different people, different personalities, different values, different upbringing, different belief systems, different everything. And so then how do we set those boundaries so that at the end of the center of it all, this child's safety is number one. Is number one, right? How do we do that? Yeah.
You know, Winnie, you see, at the spousal subsystem, if this spouse, these partners are not aligning, if they are not aligning in terms of their values, one is speaking a different language and another one is speaking a different language, I can tell you the parental subsystem will be affected. So these two people, the man and the woman, need to align. They need to identify or define what they do have so that they can know what they're going to preach down here.
That is so true, because even in a two-parent household, if one parent is always wewe fanya kile unajisikia, mami akikudiscipline unaenda kumstaki kwa dadi atakuja kusema, when we are not together already, iko na nini hiyo subsystem. Tuko shule leo.
Feedback. Oh, okay, so no. Tumekunini sana. Please go ahead, and then we'll come back to the
I just
feedback.
wanted to come in from where she's coming in yourself. Values do not come to us by accident. When we say that the two parents should align, there should be a deliberate effort for aligning.
Yes.
Okay.
You see that? Because when we are born into this world, our minds are empty slates on which experience writes. And we are open to learning from the experience of life. We are open to rewiring ourselves in whichever way we want. If herself and I would want to rewire and form a synergy, we must deliberately decide to do that, so that this one is radiated to the children. If I have you as my 3 wives, I pray to God that He gives to me 3
Oh my God.
Bishop!
Then the next thing is we will all have to come together, because we are capable of doing that. And wire ourselves into a synergy, and then we radiate that to the children that come. So it is possible. It's something that can be done.
And actually what affects the children is where we are not in agreement. We are not aligned.
I think we're looking at children as direct products of the parental experience.
Yes.
I'm an atheist myself. My mom was a Christian, my dad was a religious person. As children grow up, at some point they start taking a life of their own. And this is something we also need to appreciate. So that the idea that what the child learns from their parent and how they perceive that parental experience is all that counts in terms of who they become, that is necessarily not a fact. And especially towards the ages of 12, 13, 14, all the way to now adulthood, they start now picking up other habits, picking up other ideas, learning from other people, learning from other stories. I think that also needs to be factored in when you talk about parenting. And in some cases, by the way, we have cases where we've had a very abusive parents, but the child does not turn out to be abusive, right?
That's true.
We've also had very religious pastors who bring up those children in a certain way and with all these morals and all that, and they become drug addicts. So those are also things we need to think about.
No, it's true. I agree. It's very true. Can we hear what Bishop and Sheikh say, and then we go to the feedback? Yes. Because it will be important to also hear the views on children and how we make it work. Yes, go ahead, Bishop.
There is something I want to say. For every individual or family unit, there is a purpose that God gives. And that is the ultimate goal that a family has, an individual or a family has. And one thing that you have to realize is that once you take a kind of relationship that will tear your mind, because the moment you're involved with more than one partner, your mind is already torn. There is a lot of stress to you. There is a lot of, you have to fulfill promises. You have to move with this person. You have to go out with the other. You find that you don't tend to fulfill the purpose of God for your life. And therefore, it brings about mental and emotional health issues. You find that the person has to manage their stress. The emotions are going haywire. And the well-being in totality of the person involved or the individual involved is already in a turmoil. Now, when you have children in that kind of setup, You have to talk to the children. You have to help them with homework. You have to attend to their, individual needs and what have you. And you have really crucified all this at the cross of this need of sexual intimacy with a million other individuals. It won't go well. It won't go well. And therefore, it is good to know that first and foremost, our bodies, the way the Bible puts it in 1 Corinthians 6:19-20, our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit. And therefore, we have to give our bodies physical care, spiritual and ethical purity, which many times we lack when you involve yourself with a million other people. I want to say that and say this. When I am in my relationship with my husband, it's already so much. To take care of the children, to take care of what we need to eat, how we are going to move as a family, and what have you. And the same to him. I can imagine a relationship where it's an open playground. We are with that, you are with that, you are with that. You have to educate the children. You have to bring up the children morally upright. It brings a lot of chaos. And for me, I would just want to say, I still stand with what Paul said. One woman, one man. It will become easier. Because what many people are running away from, they say, it's boring to be in a marriage with one person. It's boring to be in a relationship with one person. Okay, so once you run away from that, how sure are you that you will manage multiple emotional people, maybe multiple physical attachment, multiple, involvement with different individuals that come from different backgrounds. For me, I would just want to say this as a Christian. It is good that we move in a direction that will make things easier, because we are not here forever. And once we exit, we are leaving people behind, and those are our offspring. How will we raise them? How will we bring them up? I want to say something that Tari said. It's good that he said that children are brought up by a society. But the society we have now is no longer a safe society. We have seen what is happening in Nyeri. An uncle abusing a niece, raping and even killing. We have seen so many things. You bring relatives or people into your house, and you're not very sure that your children will be safe, because even sodomy now is there. Therefore, we need to be very, very keen on the times that we are raising our children, the kind of environment we are raising our children, and bring them up morally upright by ensuring they are used to one person, or if it is the mother alone, the mother and her morals, because the mother will ensure that even if I may have my needs, sexual needs, which are the basic needs, because of the way my children are, I'm going to sacrifice that. And that is what a lot of people are doing right now. You sacrifice so many things, or what we call opportunity cost. You forgo something for the sake of something else. Like, for example, as parents now, we are already grown up. We have children that we have brought up, or we are brought into this world. How do you allow that child to interact with a million people, and you say there will be no danger? The people may be safe with the children, but there is so much danger because they try to adapt to this one, another one comes. They try to adjust to this one, another one comes. And they wonder, how are we going to move on? Because children also can have their own emotional conflict, which a number of times we ignore because they look happy, because this auntie brought them chips, the other uncle brought them cuckoo, and they have been taken out. And you imagine, because a child is playing and a child seems to be happy outward, they don't have any kind of conflict. I believe that that environment will traumatize the child, bring up a child that will be so insecure because they don't know what is right and what is wrong. Thank you so much.
Wow, very interesting. Okay, watch out to ski a shake. Hey, and then we look at the feedback. Shay?
Okay, first of all, let me say, polyamory did not start recently. I think this culture was there even before the coming of the religion. You remember, among the pastoralist community, there used to be a certain culture whereby when a man is inside the house of a woman, he leaves something outside, like his sword or something. Then another man will know that there is a man inside, so he will not go in. this used to happen long time back. But with the coming of religion, specifically Islamic religion, it came to cure this kind of menace. Islamically, nikah or the marriage contract is announced loudly in order to make the marriage legitimate and make it socially recognized. Why not in secret? The first thing why it is not made in secret, this specific marriage contract, is to distinguish it from the illicit relationship. This removes doubts and promotes the couples from the accusation. Remember, when Mary, the mother of Jesus, according to the Quran, she became pregnant. People started accusing her. Everybody was accusing her, and they were saying, "Hey, we know your father, we know your mother, these were good people, what happened to you?" You know, because there was no any social contract that was announced prior to this one. Secondly, why is it announced loudly in the society is to make it socially recognized. This makes the community to be aware. And this also establishes the rights and responsibility of both the wife and the husband. Now I want to know, in polyamory, can a woman announce that relationship publicly to the community? I think that's the biggest doubt that you may have.
Yeah. Who?
Are you going to announce? Hey.
And who does it benefit? And if we are talking about, if we're this open and liberal, is it something that we are open to as we are opening up this relationship for the suggestion to come from me as a woman and be like, Hane, Bubu, husband, ninaonelea
ya kwamba
wache ningie hivi anaitwa Davidson.
I was about to say Bob.
You know, is it who benefits from this arrangement? Is it both, or is it just
the person? What's that to so many feedback, because we have a minute to go on the break, and we do not want to rush you into it. Yeah, I'm also curious to hear what Mumia said, because we said the foundation of society is the individual. And then what?
Hey.
Yeah. Well, let's go through your feedback, and then we'll come back and address more on the same. Okay, who is good morning, Mikali and Winnie. Good morning to you too. Okay, hini pamphlet. Okay, sawa. Hey. Mimi ni Joseph Wright Odhiambo about...
And I have things to say.
I have this to say.
Yes.
Open relationship inaweza kupunguza cheating juu watu wako open na clear expectations. In a normal setup, mtu hu cheat cause anaficha feelings zake ama desires, lakini kwa open relationship, mse na partner wake wanakubaliana mapema juu ya boundaries. So, trust iko juu, hakuna kuhide, na mtu akitaka kuexplore nje, bado ni allowed bila guilt. Lakini pia, lazima communication iwe strong. Otherwise, inaweza turn into drama. In short, open relationship ni kama kusema better honesty than secrecy, na hiyo inaweza reduce cheating vibes. But mimi hapo kwa cheating, I surrender, I fear. Okay. Hi guys, really enjoying the show. My view is open relationships can't bring an end to cheating. Cheating is brought about by lust and this unending desire of the unknown. Alafu, men, mbona same colors? We
can explain. Yes. Hello, morning guys. I love the conversation so much. Women should understand that in every 5 seconds, man do fall in love. And that's not cheating. Therefore, open relationship will definitely help to control cheating. And that's not cheating.
Hey. What are you saying? Okay, but sisi kwani ya to fall in love? Okay.
Good morning, Mikali and Winnie. Kosana in hot pink. Yay.
Smart.
Salimia panelist. Mesalimika. So the open relationship can't reduce cheating because men will always go by sight unless the blood of Jesus Christ washes that sin of cheating. It will always be there, my dear.
Higher.
Open relationships and polyamory involve consensual, non-monogamous relationships where partners agree to explore romantic and sexual connections with others. Key differences. Open relationships focus on sexual exploration outside the family relationship, often with boundaries. Tushuke.
Primary relationship.
Polyamory involves multiple romantic relationships, emphasizing emotional connections and love. Success requires asante. Communication. Discuss boundaries, desires, and feelings openly. Trust. Establish and maintain trust among all parties. Respect. Prioritize respect for everyone's feelings and agreements. Considerations. Jealousy will definitely be a part of that. Manage feelings through communication and self-reflection. Boundaries. Set clear boundaries and revisit them regularly. And consent. Ensure all parties consent to the arrangement. Mpambe from Ukunda.
Huyu amewe pros,
Kila kitu.
cons, conclusion. This one says, hello, you're well done, Ru. So based on the question today, I agree completely. Polyamory will reduce cheating, and not only that, it creates more room for honesty among the parties involved. Because if you're going to want multiple partners, how about you voice it out so that I decide whether it sits well with me based on the morals I believe in and the values I have set for myself, not the values set by the society. So yes, I completely agree. If you're going to want multiple partners, just tell your partner so that they know if they're going to tolerate it. Most people that don't agree only want to remain cheats so that they don't have to face being judged by the society. You all cheat anyway, so why not do it openly? Thanks, Ru. My name is Ruben. I work with youth and slums. Can I call in for my opinion? It's theological, not sociological.
And sociological.
Oh, and sociological. Sorry. Yeah, it's theological and sociological. Hey,
logical to a point.
Logical.
So Ruben, Philip, can we
find
have
out,
Ruben Colin?
We'll find out. Okay. Tupe number, DM number yako kwa hiyo WhatsApp number, and then we see how that's possible. Our children do not care about their parents' sexual life. A happy parent is all they need. Interesting.
Good morning, Winnie and Wikali. Brenda here following Kinley. As for me, I can't handle 2 men at a time. I'm very impatient and reserved. My bad, right? I feel like open relationships discourage faithfulness. And truthfulness. Alafu, I miss the audience attendance days. Serving our guests too is calling. See, Winnie and Wicks, have a good day ahead, guys. Thank you.
Serving our guests too is my calling. See, Winnie and Wicks, this is one of the audience members.
I remember.
We miss you, Brenda.
We miss you, Brenda. Hello there. Following the conversation, to me, no matter what society and culture says, the word of God is the final authority. Marriage is still one man, one woman. Plus, see, God is the God is the one who decided our gender. Yeah. Okay. Hey, loves. Always enjoying these conversations. My name is Chris. I just want to address something the guy in the white shirt said.
Hey,
hello, Mumia. That women should understand men are innately wired to desire other women outside their relationship, and that this somehow gives permission to sleep with them. So women should accept open relationships. Hey. I respectfully disagree. Attraction outside a relationship is human for both men and women, but having desire isn't the same thing as having permission. Acting on it is a choice, not a wiring. Self-control, loyalty, and integrity are also part of human nature. Framing it as men are wired this way removes accountability, and honestly, it leans a bit misogynistic. It suggests men can't control themselves and that women's role is to tolerate it. That reduces men to impulse and women to endurance, and that's unfair to both. If someone genuinely prefers an open relationship, that's valid, but it should come from mutual agreement and honest conversation, not from the idea that women must accept it because that's just how men are. Ladies, please don't compromise your boundaries to keep someone. If monogamy is what you want, stand on it. Compatibility is about shared values, not shrinking yourself to fit someone else's preferences. Wow. Winnie, please.
Hello. I love your discussion. I believe, right? I believe that as a man, I can secretly hit on women, but respect my woman at home. Apa kwanza, ebu ngoja nisikasirike juu ya hiyo comment. Hi guys, how can you help someone who was in a marriage, then separated, and then fails to file a divorce papers due to lack of funds? And whenever he plans to marry again, all the ladies he found on the way, they're like, go and first clear with your first marriage, since they don't want a polygamous life. They all fear the first one can come back. Afanyaje. Maybe tutajibu tukitoka break. Wacha tupumue kidogo because hey.
Mumia. We're going to take a quick break. Hata tupige funda la kahawa. Hii haihitaji maji. Hii ni ya kahawa. We'll be right back. Oh goodness, welcome back to your world. It is Relationship Tuesday, and I think, do you feel like we're coming to a conclusion?
Kuna ule amefanya pros, cons, conclusion and whatnot. But
so things to factor in as well. Even as we're saying, this is the thing that we're doing. Jealousy is probably bound to crop up.
That's the thing.
And you have no control of the other person that you are bringing into your life. So you might be stable and all of that, but then we have seen these stories.
Ama, you know those like fresh love, eh?
Yes.
So, you know, like someone anaanza to lean more towards that side.
Yeah.
So, like, how do we balance that? And then the kids, but we said kids, it can work. The thing that has to be put in place is
the subsistence,
that is the household subsistence. Bishop is like, no. One man, one woman. It's easier for everybody and whatnot. But there's someone who asked, anataka divorce but alishindwa juu ya funds and whatnot, and they still want to get into a marriage. Wafanye nini? Are there, you know, what is it called, resources that can help them to do that, and then will, you know, respond more to the feedback?
Okay, I think one, I'd love to appreciate the person in this way that you feel. Yes, it is as a result you've been pushed to the corner that you have to divorce so that you can be able to marry someone else. But I tend to think it's right to do things the right way. Yeah. Now, the fact that you've not been able to raise the money, maybe to pay a lawyer and process the divorce, there are certain institutions out there that are helping people to process their divorce papers comfortably without, maybe even if you'd need to pay something, maybe something less. I am not able to recollect the specific institution that I know of, but you can Google and check the institutions that help people get their divorce papers processed. Yes.
Yeah, I'd just like to say something about that. Also, this idea that he is having challenges, ladies are saying no, finish up with this other thing. What can't he just relax, take his time, get into social circles, meet people, let him not like, now I need somebody else to accept me, because he's putting himself under unnecessary pressure while he's already dealing with a divorce on the side. So atulie tu, kutana na watu, relax, divorce ikiisha, hata usiharakishe hiyo ndoa, endelea tu kukutana na watu. Like, don't make it like it's an urgency. Because again, if you rush to it, there's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Hey, for the first time
I agree.
Okay, do we check more feedback?
Yes.
Hey, wacha nikwambie kuna maneno mengi. But remember,
I wanted to also,
kids.
I wanted to talk about what is the way forward. Now you say now you raise the issue of jealousy. That even if it's a polyamorous situation, bado kuna people are inherently selfish at some point. So I wanted to just say this: if you're in a polyamorous relationship, you know, there's multiple partners involved, and this is everybody knows.
Consent,
I don't think that you should actually agree, and I've been of the opinion that we should have like a 2-year, not 2-term. Sort of a 2-year assessment.
Contract.
Is this thing working? We've been in a polyamorous nini for 2 years. Pali iko inakaa ni kama, so that we give room for dissolution or extension or whatever, you know. Like now, polyamorous, okay, I have a partner, you're my wife, I have another partner, nini. At these 2 years, I feel like wacha ni reduce so that it's more functional. I'm not saying this is working.
Yeah.
Because I also think this idea that relationships are static, and
locked
and forever, hiyo kitu pia inaleta shida sana in all these things.
Yeah.
So in case there is a jealousy imeanza kuingia, unaona ni kama kuna mtu afeel vizuri, something is changing. Maybe there's more attention on one side than the other. I think there has to be an evaluation point where you're asking yourself,
so do you sit together?
I don't know how that will look.
I think the reason why probably that maybe might not work the way we want it to work is because there's been many years of building structure around monogamy.
Yeah.
But then this is charted waters in terms of even creating structure, because we can't even bring ourselves to even think it or allow it. Defense iko juu. So it opens up barabara ya tuchapane, to fight, watoto waumie, wewe umie, kila mtu umie, gari yanguke. You know, like, so there's no proper structure to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we don't know the number of how many, what the extent.
And how far can you go because of the innate.
Tutakutia ule mtu amepiga makelele on WhatsApp. Yes, Lydia.
You know, at times I think I find myself having to sit in different spaces this way. You know, being a counseling psychologist, I'm a counselor and a marriage and family therapist. I'm a therapist to the Muslim, to the, you know, any individual without necessarily checking their religious beliefs. But also again, Lydia, as I said, is a Christian, okay, born again, with the values that are deeply rooted in Christianity. And there are things that I know as a person I wouldn't stand. I wouldn't, you know, advocate for, like, you know, polygamy. I think multiple partners, I wouldn't go for that. And for different reasons. Of course, one reason being, I don't want to be overwhelmed emotionally, right? Let me focus on this one particular person. Let me, you know, build, let me do the work, okay? Rather than have my brain, my mind divided into many things. And again, being a mother who is bringing up children, I want to be there together with this partner of mine so that we bring up at least something that can be taken, transmitted to generations, you know, values that can be transmitted to generations. There is that. But also again, let me say this. As we talk about polyamory and monogamy, I sit with many couples. In a week, I see quite a number of couples. And I must say this to the world, that I've seen couples that are doing very well in a monogamous relationship. What they've done is they've made the decision to put in the work, which many of us may be trying as much as possible not to put in the work. Like, for example, we need to find the tools to solve conflicts in the relationship instead of running away from dealing with the conflict in the relationship. You need to learn the tools to communicate. If it is this sexual expression, you know, we have tools to with the same partner, you can enjoy that partner in different spaces. You know, you can build the flame of excitement in that particular relationship. Come to me, you know, I will help you. To be able to have one partner, one man, one woman, and still enjoy that relationship. It depends on what you're willing, how much energy you're willing to put into this relationship.
Harrison, tunaomba uone.
Yes, therapy session for free.
Yes,
I want to say something. Insofar as we are theoretically talking about the possibility of polyamorous relationships and stuff, practically it's a very difficult thing. Because seriously, as someone mentioned a little earlier, and he mentioned it again later, jealousy is going to come in, okay? People tend to be exclusive. They would want this person to themselves, which on certain considerations is not quite right, but it's human dynamics, okay? Now,
protect what's mine.
Exactly. Now, what I might want to cancel is that we need to consciously choose the values and imbibe the values that we want to live by.
Okay.
They don't come by territory, as I had said a little early. If monogamy works for you, choose it consciously and be monogamous. But if you think you can manage it with more than one wife, be deliberate and conscious about that, and do whatever it takes to make this thing work.
Okay.
The problem is to create for all human beings a one system fit all. That may not work. What may work from where I sit is deliberately deciding that this is what I want to go by and being committed to it. If the will of God tells you to have one wife and one woman, go by the will of God. But if you are an African like myself and you think unity is strength, you can create. Exactly. You can create such a united team, such a united battalion, because it's possible.
Yeah.
Then go for that.
Go for it. Do what works for you.
Now, let me ask this question. Kiulizo Kiko.
Okay.
As you're building this, because it is one man, and you're saying have another lady and another one and another one. What are you doing to protect the hearts of these women? Because it could be for you as a person, you're okay with the polyamory, but the partners you've chosen are not okay with it. How do you protect their heart so that now there's no jealousy there?
Sana ule wa kwanza.
Exactly, because unapatanga sasa hawa watatu wenye wamekuja, sijui kama you've had stories whereby bibi mmoja ali poison bibi mwingine, and sometimes there's a lot of antagonism between the children, even later on
in life.
Okay.
So ukikilia kidogo daktari, think about wacha hii
you know, we told you earlier that we have supporting documents and stuff, and this is not on me, this is all Winnie. I don't know what it is that anasema kwa hii video yenye we're about to watch right now. She will explain after, but let's take a look.
I have 7 parents, and it's been a while since I explained how that is even possible, so this is how. I actually started with just 2, my mom and my dad. They got married, they had me, and then when I was about like 2 years old, they got divorced. And pretty quickly after that, they both got remarried to my step-parents. My parents' philosophy with step-parents was for me to kind of treat them as if they were my biological parents. I also got really lucky and got really good step-parents. So all of them came to all my games, recitals, everything. Since I was so young, I formed like a really close bond with everyone and kind of looked at everyone equally, which was great until my dad and my stepmom decided to get divorced again when I was like 13. It was kind of like a no-brainer for me to keep my stepmom in my life, which meant I started living at 3 houses. I also have 2 siblings between my stepmom and dad, and so I would try to go over to my dad's house and stepmom's house when they were both at each. Shortly after they split up, my stepmom met a man named Dan, and they ended up getting married. I call him my stepdan. I think I was only in like 8th grade when I met him, so I was able to form a pretty good relationship with him. He's very involved in especially my siblings' life and is so good to all of us. My stepmom is amazing and so sweet to like still invite me on all the family trips and everything. So I feel like I've been able to keep such a good relationship with all of them and my siblings too. Like, my siblings are technically my half siblings, and it doesn't even feel like it. Then in early high school, my mom and stepdad decided to get a divorce, and for a while I tried living at 4 houses, which was definitely interesting. Right around that time, my dad met his now wife. My dad and his wife actually have a daughter together now who is 3 years old. She is so cute. I love my little sister. And then the last addition to the family was my stepdad met his now partner. She's actually in the fashion industry, which means I get the best hand-me-down clothes from her ever. She's so nice and loving to me, and they now have a daughter who is like 6 years old. And I'm actually going to pick her up from school soon. We're gonna have a little sister night tonight, and my mom is still single. I feel like a lot of people's reaction is that those are not your actual parents. Sure, you can say that, but I spend every Christmas at each house. I do birthdays, other holidays. I celebrated Thanksgiving with my stepmom's husband's family. My stepdad's wife took me shopping for like a high school dance dress. As fortunate as I am to have so many lovely people around me, I also don't want to pretend like this has just been like a walk in the park. Each divorce was like so difficult, so heartbreaking in different ways, like because in that moment you don't know that you're going to keep a relationship with this person. Now looking back, like I feel so good that I'm able to keep everyone in my life, but it's taken a lot of work. It hasn't been without drama, without stopping speaking to certain people at certain points, but it's honestly just been through like forgiveness, leaning on love, prioritizing family, just like effort made from every single person that I think has allowed me to keep such wonderful relationships with everyone.
Winnie,
Are you okay?
Winnie.
I know,
No,
it's a lot.
why?
I know, it's a lot. But you know what? Like, we were discussing this yesterday. We were saying, how do you even make it work and kids and what? So I
Her
found
calendar
this
be
thing.
busy than person who's were politicians. I want your calendar.
Okay. But you know what? In any given relationship, whether polyamorous, polyandry, open relationship, it always starts with two people, right?
Yes.
And there's so many facets to what she's saying. Number one, it can work as long as everybody else is aligned, what you talked about. And then number two, it's not easy. Because you said, and this is where we're talking about the kids, right? That, so she formed a bond with this one, and then they split, and then there's another person who came in, and then she had to form another bond. Like, it's a lot of work on the child, and all those
Unnecessary.
things. Unnecessary
Work. Because even that could be you.
Yeah.
And maybe she
It's
has
a lot.
resilience of life, of just, and then you meet a child who probably doesn't have the kind of grit that she has. And then
I disagree. I disagree because what this lady is pointing to is that children are receptive to human beings who are accommodative of them. This is the message she's trying to pass here. And I have a sister, same situation. My sister was a single mom. Now she has a husband who came with 2 kids. I was there this weekend, and the 2 kids now are literally my nephews and nieces. And in fact, I'm coming into the life of those 2 kids, and I'm like, we need to go out one day. I want you guys to know me, you know, all these things. Children can actually dislike their biological parents for somebody who is treating them in a good way. And I think that is what we should that's how we should look at child development. I have grown up myself with a very strict father, and I had uncles who were more leaning towards listening and all these things, and I was actually leaning more towards them, if I remember my upbringing. And that is what she's talking about. And that is why to me these structures we are building and saying father, mother, these are the only 2 people who need to teach you. And I think that is why I'm more open. You'll see me in my arguments. I'm more open to looking at a child as developing within broader structures and broader systems than these strict systems you're trying to contain them into.
I see that. Yes.
I'd said a little earlier that we are creating more of the individualistic strictures than a receptive kind of environment which accepts everybody as an equal human being who should have space within our own space. That individualism, I think, is just too much for us. And it does look like colonialism instilled into us, and we do not want to leave it. We justify it through the myth of one man, one woman. The Bible says God did this to Abraham, and I don't want to go that direction because it may create a lot of things. But you see, as I was saying a little earlier, logically, I'm a philosopher, so sometimes philosophy strays into my discourses. Logically, if you have false premises, you cannot expect a true conclusion. It's not possible. So if your argument is pedestal on a myth first, and you take that myth as true, then certainly the belief and the action that is going to arise out of that is going to be in disconformity with human reasoning.
With human reasoning. I'm curious what Bishop and Sheikh have to say.
And we have about, what, 3 minutes to go? Yep. But then we can share them with Bishop and Sheikh. Bishop? Bishop Grace? Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
Sheikh?
Let's see if we can get Bishop Grace. Can you hear us? Oh, Philip, we can't. Okay. Sheikh? Sheikh uko na sisi? Yes? Okay.
As we sort that out. Okay. Yeah. Maybe go through 1, 2 feedback and then we can wrap this up because I think tumefikia conclusion kido. I think tuko mahali. Yes. Yeah. But the question that we're asking you this morning is, can open relationships reduce cheating? Okay. Mnasema nini watu wa WhatsApp? Hey, Facebook kuna mtu aliuliza, kwani that's not cheating? Open relationship. Kwani that's not cheating?
Good question.
Yeah, but let's get to hear what you guys have to say. On WhatsApp, okay? But as we get that ready, I don't know if I can trace some of this feedback. Ooh, time imeisha.
Okay. Time is gone.
How is it so? Okay, yeah, but tumesema nini over and above. Systems zikikuwa sawa.
Yes.
Watoto, they don't care about everything else. Yes. Them, they just want to ensure that safety, consistency, and
the safety of their caregiver.
Asanteni sana for coming.
Closing remarks.
Oh, 1 second.
Just 1 second. I just want to emphasize here that whether it is monogamy, polyamory, whatever, individuals have agency. And they will make choices, and some of those choices will not be what you expect them to do. And especially when it comes to intimacy and all these things we expect in relationships.
Yeah.
Do not bank so much on human beings actually.
Lower expectations.
Lower your expectations.
On human beings.
Okay. Very first, I would want to say that, whatever life we choose for ourselves, is our responsibility. Okay. And the choice that we make is worked out from different points of view. But we are primarily the people who have to live with our choices. So let us purposefully, intentionally decide this is what we want. Let's be committed to it.
Okay. Hey,
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Yes. I just want to say this. Our choices can be defined by many things, and one of them can be fear out of trauma, traumatic responses. Maybe you're afraid of taking a certain direction because of what you're going through. If you need healing, please find healing.
Okay, find healing. Again, media ko hapa atakusaidia. Okay, wacha tuseme goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Whenever you need Ubembe, wacha tuendeleze this discussion online. Okay.
Yes.
But for now, have yourselves a lovely day. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place here.
Adios.
In your world. Goodbye.